All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We're online. Just saying, Jesse rolled the lowest. I don't like it. I don't like curtsy poo. Oh, this whole
The
time. Sorry. This whole time I didn't have the audio running. Sorry, go ahead.
Are you serious?
It's all good. It's all good. It's working now. At least we didn't get to the game. Just recap.
All right. So, you guys all started off with fighting Jorgoth Groat. You fought him to the death. After he died, you were able to find Elora's two heads of her parents on the mantelpiece. Her father had a tattoo, which she souped up and found a needle underneath. She recognized this immediately as an heirloom. You went through all the different treasures of Jorgoth and found some interesting items along the way. Afterward, you met with Andam Feifel, who explained that he was a bard and was looking for a particular gem of a legend. He was in the grips of Jorgoth and you had saved him, so he owed you a beer at least. He explained that this gem was very rare and he had lost all track of it ever since he got this last lead. Senna explained that she potentially had a avenue to find this gem. And so you all just had a great time at the Beholden Tavern, while Kertz instead went to the inn behind the Beholden and was met by an individual, a very charismatic individual who may have dropped a few hints about an investigation that he was giving, as well as also dropped hints that he was the one who assisted you all in helping Jorgoth. Once you all had figured out what to do, Cinna had sent a message to her father, who's supposedly in Stoneholme with a battalion. He explained that he was not about to march a battalion without speaking to his daughter and other children first. And so you decided to windwalk your way to Stoneholme in the morning. In the morning, you all woke up and decided that Morrik wanted to go see a particular museum where his sister was reported to be seen. You all knocked on the door of this establishment. A very cranky, older drow male answers the door, says no solicitation, and slams the door shut. Morrik then picks the lock, and that is where we left off. Morrik.
We also have to at some point what the word I'm looking for? Revisit the Speak with Dead that Kertz and I did at the beginning of the morning, where we were still trying to get our questions ready. But yeah.
Indeed.
I was
All
gonna say
right.
I'm right here. I don't know why you keep saying that.
So you all begin. Morrik, you push open the door, and as you get
I'm
the
not
first,
even like trying. I'm just pushing in, going in hard.
all right, as you get through the door, you see a glimpse of the first word that comes to your mind is eclectic. You see wires, clay, wax, every kind of material you've ever known to help construct something. You see that kind of material just in the middle of the floor, all over the place. Scissors, hammers, nails, wood, clay, etc., all around. And then Morrik does does an 11 hit you
Negatory on that Ghost Rider.
as you feel a hammer just whiff past you as this old drow individual goes, "No solicitation! What are you doing in here? This is a museum! You're not supposed to peek!"
I understand that you might not understand the position you're in or what I'm asking you to do. I'm gonna try and slow it down for you. I need to know where she is. Now.
Roll intimidation.
Okay. Do I have any bonuses to that? Maybe. Okay. Oh boy. It's in there.
Yep. He looks at you, squints his eye, and goes, fine, pay your entry fee.
I look around. Is there an entry fee, like, signed?
Yeah,
With
there's
a
a
cost?
little container, and it says 1 gold, and it's one of those little slots.
I put in. Oh, I turn around to look at everybody else. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Assuming okay. So I put in 6 gold.
Wonderful. Come on, come in. And he begins walking down the hallway.
I follow him.
As you begin to follow him, you look to your left and right, and you realize that there are these absolutely beautiful displays on the side. One depicting a beautiful waterfall, just babbling brooks, water falling, water everywhere into a beautiful little pond. It's no more than maybe 10 feet across and everything, but it's just a very serene, fake moss, fake plants all around, but the water's real. And then you also see this beautiful snow display and a beautiful white dress and blue ice just crystallizing everywhere, and it seems to be forming what looks to be a beautiful woman with blue hair. And then you continue walking on until you find a very well armored, with dragon scaled armor, humanoid figure made out of wax, but the metalwork looks very real and beautiful. And you continue walking and you find more and more of these very strange looking set pieces, and one of which you immediately recognize. You see what looks to
Just
be
a real quick thing while we're
Yeah.
walking through. As soon as I start to see some weird shit, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Sure.
So
All right.
I'll use
I will let
that.
you know if anything occurs. And you
Cool.
notice something very familiar to you. You see the beautiful, deep blue waves of the ocean. You see, coming out of that ocean, are very large, very thick tentacles. And you know for a fact that this is the depiction of the current.
Right. So is he just like walking around, not doing anything?
He's walking around, and then after a little bit of time, you hear, and this over here is the depiction of the axiomatic general over there, and right here, this is a wonderful story. It's the picture of Arnott. She is the White Lady, or Snow Queen, as they call her in Aventir. Amir existed as long as winter itself. Born as the world began turning, her and her 3 siblings divided up the seasons of the young year amongst themselves, taking the cold and unforgiving realm of winter for herself. And he begins to start blabbering about history and the deities of Aventir.
Okay. But nothing's popping up magic in this room?
Not that you can tell yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of slink backwards as
Okay.
as it gets more boring.
He is not at all paying attention. He's walking slowly ahead, and this display over here depicts the Temple of Balir, which is dwarven, kind of a god that is known for his craftsmanship and honor, and also sometimes honored by gnomes and artificers, but otherwise he depicts glory and law and construct. He is the god of forge, light, and order, and just keeps blathering on.
Oh my god.
I-
Okay.
I would like to eye the figures because my racist ass is highly suspicious that these are stuffed slaves.
All right, make a perception check.
All right.
So percept, much good.
Yeah, they look like wax figures to you.
Maybe this one's not a monster. Maybe.
Jesus.
Anyway, and
ridiculous.
this is just maybe about the first quarter of the museum. Follow me, and we'll continue on to the next 3/4 of the museum. Should only take a few hours. As he continues walking, are you going to do anything?
If we're going into another room, I'll just speak up and be like, so about my sister.
Oh, yes. Lovely lady. Really good with her handiwork. This one over here is actually hers. As he comes over to the current, and he goes, she did wonderfully on the sea. It has the perfect hue of blue, almost like she's seen it all along. And this beautiful tentacle depicting the current's, less savory of deities. But otherwise, she really captured the feel of this piece over here.
Huh. Is she gonna be back here at any point?
Oh no,
Soon?
she left weeks ago.
Where to?
She said that she wanted to get a little hands-on experience with a few other of the deities of this world right now.
There's no you know what her name is?
You know, I never really paid attention enough to really care. She was really good with her work. That's all I cared about.
That's fair. Okay.
Why? Do you know what your sister's name is?
No, as I was trying to explain, I've never met her before. I was told that
Interesting.
she's here. We were separated at birth. So,
Then how do you know she's your sister?
I have connections that, well, say that she's my sister, and it's really hard to find a blue-skinned Furbolg with red hair around here. So,
It was more of a burgundy.
right. But you get the point.
Yeah, of course, of course. Well, she was looking into the goddess, I should say, of Havaka.
Any particular direction?
Oh, yes, of course. Havaka is known as the chaotic good deity of freedom and justice. She's normally depicted by chaos and darkness, liberation and travel, but she's
Yeah.
normally worshipped by a small secular piece of the Drow establishment.
So she's going to like Holoth or something?
That's where she said she was going.
Wonderful.
To the world.
Great. I'm gonna walk out.
Wait, no! You paid for your museum tour. I'm gonna give it to you, damn it.
I put another gold in there and be like, keep the change.
No, that adds only a few more hours. You can stay here longer.
No, buy more stuff.
I always need more stuff. Maybe I can make a depiction of the gods of, of the other worlds and the other layers of the material plane. Oh, yeah, and definitely the other deities and the other planets. And he just starts mumbling.
You're an odd char elf.
What's a charal?
Char elf. You like.
Oh, Jesus.
Cinna's just gonna walk out of the establishment completely embarrassed, red-eared, everything. I'm just out.
As far as I know, I didn't get burned or anything.
I mean, you look like it, but no. I mean, you must have not gotten burned that much, because you seem to be one of the good ones.
Well, there was this one incident with the hot wax. Now, that wasn't a fun day. Spilled wax everywhere. Do you know how hard it is to clean up wax from the floors? And, terrible.
You work with a lot of wax, don't you?
Well, it's the best material to work with, in my opinion.
Well, what possessed you to create this in the first place, anyways?
Oh, it's just an interest of mine. Ever since that I left Holoth all those years ago, I've just been really interested in the different deities of the Ventir and all the different worshippings of the Ventir. Really puts into perspective people's, perspectives.
Furiously jotting down in my notepads. Okay, maybe studying of a Ventir makes Drows not pieces of shit. Possible reform for Drow subhumans?
Oh
Question
my
mark.
god!
Correct.
Well, if you just follow me, we're going to move on over here to the other deities. Let's see, we got Jaqua. He is the god of family and hunting and strength. He is depicted with animals, ferocity, fur, law, protection, resolve, and strength. And he is generally worshipped by different jungle cultures, such as orcs and other people that live in the tropics of Aventir. And then he's definitely worshipped by also clerics of nature, order, and unity, and continuing on, and he starts just walking and shuffling forward. Do you follow?
No, we gotta go.
Yeah, Sporelina, you definitely see that he's just really lost in his work.
I mean, kudos to you, buddy, but unfortunately, we do have a schedule.
He didn't even listen. He's just continuing.
That's okay. Should we just back off and go?
Is there a effigy of Niaru in the immediate area?
Let's see. Roll a percentile die. I'll say 80 or higher, you walked into the next... Nope, 60 or higher, you walked into the next room. All right. So, get this up. So you walk on, and you can see that in one of the little alcoves, in a dark alcove specifically, you see what looks to be a beautiful depiction of the moon up in the corner, but a humanoid wax figure of an individual holding a staff, a woman particularly, in robes holding a staff, and what looks to be manipulating water. And you could see the exotic beauty of the ashen skin and the waist-length pale red hair, and the eyes the color of shining silver. You know this to be the goddess Nar.
No. I'm gonna wait until because he's so like enraptured by this tour. I'm gonna wait till he moves away, and then I'm just gonna prick my thumb and draw a little mustache on the wax figure in blood and smile at her, and then walk away.
Elora.
Oh, she'd appreciate it. Trust me.
Don't
this blood
deface the
magic?
deity.
Is this blood magic?
No, she's also in the domains of chaos and trickery. So I'm just playing her game.
I guess, but Elora.
All right, so you all exit the museum.
Well, did you get what you needed there?
Yeah. Yeah. Not what I wanted, but yeah. So we can go now.
You can't always get.
So even though Kertz isn't here yet, I do have the 4 questions we talked about for the, or is it 5 questions? Yeah, 5 questions. I
5.
think.
Fine.
It's either
Are
4
you
or
guys
5.
doing Raise Dead
Speak.
or Talk to Dead?
Speak.
Speak.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you cast the legend lore for us, and then he was gonna cast Speak with Death.
Yes. Okay. I don't know why I thought I had that too, but I do not.
1 second, I'm looking it up.
I think it's
Actually, I
it
do
is
have Speak
yeah,
with Dead.
it's Bard and
I do
Cleric.
have Speak with Dead. I could do it.
It's 5 questions.
Okay.
Does anyone have a question for Jorgoth? We have 1 extra question slot there.
I mean, I could be petty, but I'm not going to.
So how to open and close that
I've already
thing.
got that. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, does he know of anyone who works with Hala that's there? Maybe. What would be the other one? What about
maybe why the other dude would want him dead?
yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's just inner politics of the city, but
What's the worst thing about you dying? You know? Who's gonna be hurt the most from your death? You know, something like that.
Ilya was the, or is it Adrix that we met? Or Adrix was the chick. Ilya was the guy that came and visited.
Other way
Kurt.
around.
Ilyev was the lady.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you're cool with that, I can ask this question.
So where are you guys going to do this?
This is like a retcon. We would have done this at the beginning of the day inside the room.
Okay. So go ahead and cast that spell. And as you guys are inside the room in the inn, you all watch as the head of Jorgoth Grove kind of gives a twitch. Eyes go open wide, mouth open. The lips don't move.
Oh my god, like ew.
What would you
Shit,
like to
I'm
ask?
concentrating.
First question: what are the command words for the fortress to turn it off and turn it back on again?
Password to the fortress is fresh blood.
Both ways. You have 1 password for both ways. You know, that's not very safe. Second question, where did you acquire the fortress and the treasures within?
Fortress I stole from the wizard. The treasures I took as a reward for my pillages across many lands.
What wizard?
I do not recall.
That motherfucker can't lie to me, Jesse. I'm just making that. Okay. That's 3 questions. why would Adrix wanted you to have lose and possibly even die during that fight?
Adrix keeps a grip on Vethens Hold by causing turmoil amongst the leadership of Vethens Hold. Adrix saw me, hopefully, as a threat, and I assume he's been after to kill me for quite some time. He is probably going to replace me quickly.
All right, last question. And I'm just gonna sort of get real low and look at it in the dead face and say, how does it feel knowing you're gonna become an ungodly abomination in service to me?
I lived life in a way that made me into an abomination with who I worshipped. It is a fitting end. And the face goes limp.
Cool. And then I'm gonna take his head and stitch it back onto his body and raise him as a...
All right.
And then Cinna's just gonna hack up a lung, because I don't know why I feel like speak with dead would cause like some kind of just oh god, that feel.
You are burning incense, so
I
it
mean,
must be
yeah.
a bad little stench of incense.
It just smells so bad.
There, love. You'll be alright. Alright, so we go retrieve the fortress, and then we turn into farts and head out.
All right. So you all head over to the blood pits, where you can see it is currently under repair after what had happened the day before. You see individuals just kind of cleaning up the body parts, the different bodies, the traps that went bust under the weight of the fortress. Fortress is still there with a wide open gap in it, as some individuals who look to be either managers or some sort of authority in this area just go, sorry, ma'am and people, we are closed for the day.
Oh, we know. We are just here to retrieve our winnings and retrieve our property.
Oh, unfortunately, due to the incident yesterday, that didn't really turn into a fair fight. So we're gonna cancel all earnings.
Right,
Why
so
wasn't
the
it
money
fair
we
fight?
put in then.
I'll take that
Well,
back.
There are no refunds. I'm so sorry, but you
Yeah,
can take a
I
credit.
literally grab him and pull him up to my very tall face, and I say, "You can give me your money, or I will take it in your blood."
You could use a credit. It's a credit system, and then you
No,
can
I
keep those
don't want
credits and then
credits.
move it into
I
the
want
next fight.
100 platinum back before I rip you apart, limb from
No,
limb.
I think that's even... I think that's a little... You're being a little nice there, Sporelina. I think that the other party cheated, and we only responded in force, so therefore our winnings should not be forfeit in any way.
Orlina, roll intimidation with advantage.
And
go,
Kurtz guides her.
Sporelina.
And Kurtz guides
And,
her.
and Cinna gives some inspiration too.
Oh yeah, roll that.
4. That's a
Look at that.
4.
What's the
Is it a
D10.
D10?
D10?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
26.
You hear what sounds like a very long flatulence and then a terrible smell.
Yeah. You could just there's like storm clouds like forming above Corlina's head. You could see it like just rain starts trickling down. You could just see lightning blast behind her. I want every penny we earned.
You're like Tia Pepe from Encanto.
One moment, please. Let me speak with my authority figures, and I'll get right back to you, miss.
I look over.
You are a miss, right?
You're about to be missing your head. Hurry it up.
As he
I-
scurries away, I'm gonna
Scurries.
just walk over to the fortress and say, what was it, fresh blood?
Fresh blood.
And it
Yeah.
turns into a pocket-sized toy.
I'm gonna look over at Kaelor as he's leaving and be like, like nod my head to the side, like you should go follow him effectively.
Okay.
Just
I
just
I
for visualization's sake, is the tower like a chess piece now?
Sure. Yeah,
Like
yeah. It's like a rook.
Okay.
Yep.
Just because it's always hard to visualize something sometimes.
Of course.
Thank you. Sorry.
So, Kaelor, you turn into a bat.
yeah. Yes, assuming it's dark enough for me to use my cloak of Batman.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Yeah.
Your cloak of what now?
Well, the Cloak of Bat, it's like, I mean, if you really think about it, all of its powers are basically just letting you be Batman. It gives you, like, advantage for sneaking around during the night, lets you hold the cape like Batman and fly around, and it lets you turn into a bat.
I just guess I wasn't prepared for that that definition.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. I go burn my bat transformation for the day and follow
Alright.
him around.
As he scurries away, you catch up with him without much of an issue, and he goes around the corner of the blood pits behind like a small outbuilding that they were probably doing the where they were doing the gambling bidding and such. And he finds an individual. You see a group of individuals actually, and they all seem to be talking. There's about 4 of them, and as you get closer, you notice Marcus, Janine, Boris, Natalia, and a very tall, slender individual with a very nice smile, with a tattoo on his face and an earring on his ear, one of his ears, known as Adrix Galthrone, talking with all those 3 individuals, 4 individuals, I should say. And you overhear the bookkeeper, if that's the word I'm looking for. Mr. Galthrone, I'm so sorry to disturb you, but we have some individuals that are looking for their earnings right now. If you could just assist me in either giving it to them or telling them off, whichever you prefer, Mr. Galthrone. And you see this slender individual. I'm sure I know who it is. Sure. Come on. Let's go speak with them. As Natalia, Boris, Janine, Marcus all follow. So, Natalia, as I was saying, I think this place really fits you. If you are interested, I'm really looking for someone to put a fire in some of these citizens, keep them on their toes, and you seem to have that spark. What say you? I'm kind of here on business, and I don't really plan on staying here for much longer. But don't worry about the business. I mean, you said you're about to go to Haloth. Damn Drow. You should just... How about this? If you stay here, you could even recruit more of these mercenaries and thugs, and you could then launch them onto Haloth. Doesn't sound too bad, right? I'm not sure too many dwarves want to leave the safety of Stoneholme to march on a city for a culture they don't even care about. I think you should maybe reconsider. You see, Kaelor, you see a little bit of doubt enter Natalia's eyes as she considers the proposal. And eventually, they all make their way to around the blood pits to where you are. And Adrix goes, and just how much do we owe you?
That was what, 40 to 1 or so?
Sorry,
was it 20 to 1?
her mic's not working. Give her a
As you can see, Natalia, just to be, yep, we can hear you.
Let's see. That was 100 platinum, I bet, against Jorgoth, and I believe it was 1 to 500 odds.
I think it was 1 to 40.
I don't know.
I think Morrik was right. I think it was a 40% or 40 markup on. Was it 500?
It was definitely something with a 5.
Maybe it was 50.
Yeah.
I mean, worst comes to
50,000
worst,
platinum.
your big bookie would definitely know if it was more than 50.
Oh, we'll check and double check, of course. Well, Those are some pretty intense odds.
What can I
And-
say? I have full belief in my friends.
Well, you do definitely deserve it, don't get me wrong. I just don't think that Vethens Hold can really support that. However, before you get up in arms, we can support a little bit. How about we give you 1,000 platinum right now, and Vethens Hold will be forever in your debt. After all, you did get a very precious item from Jorgoth, and I'm sure that's not the only thing that you received from him in that instant fortress over there that is simply no longer there.
First off, I was the one who made the bet. They're the ones who fought, which means they got the items. I'm getting my bet money back.
To be fair, the rules of the blood pits were if you win, you get whatever the other person has inside the blood pit, which includes all that stuff that Jorgoth had. So that has nothing to do with the bet.
Huh?
Correct.
I
Which
may
means-
have
So
a.
you're in debt to me by about 49,000 platinum, it sounds like.
I do have a way that we could go around this a little bit, if you don't mind. What if you go talk to that wonderful fellow in the church, and just let him know that we can have whatever we want whenever we want it. In addition to that 1,000 platinum, does that sound okay with you, Sporelina? I mean, I don't want to step on your toes, but I mean, it might help.
Yeah, being in debt to a lot. What is this place?
Vethens
Vethens
Hold.
Hold.
Vethens Hold doesn't really grease my gears that much. I'm gonna be soups honest.
Plus, I don't know about how much weight they carry against a private business.
Well,
I mean,
I'll tell you what. I do like your proposal. Morrik, is it? I think that we can accommodate you for something. Let me talk with the individuals involved, and I will get back to you within a day or two. I don't know if you're going to be here that long, but just
find you, no problem.
understand that we will have an IOU for certain.
It's pretty
Alright.
pathetic for a bookie to take a pay that he wouldn't be able to pay out. Gotta be honest, not a smart business move.
Well, if you knew Jorgoth, you'd know that after seeing what we've seen, that it seemed impossible for him to lose a battle, so I very much apologize, and I will make sure that it is right. But for now, and he kind of gives a little to the bookie, and the bookie hands a sack full, 1,000 platinum.
As he hands that over to Sporelina, I'm just gonna look at him and say, just to reiterate what my lady friend here said, we don't take kindly to people who underestimate us. And I'm gonna flip up one of the masks on the ghouls, and he's gonna see Jorgoth's face. I'd be like, she's right about one thing. You shouldn't be taking bets against things you can't come back on.
Tisk tisk.
Or understand.
Bad business practice.
Well,
You just see Cinna losing her absolute mind.
and is there something you call yourselves? Your group?
Working on it.
You know, honestly, it's a working title to name, but that's besides the point.
Well,
We're getting there.
just
We
know
workshop
that-
every morning. It's really difficult. We don't all agree. It's
Well, with adversity comes bonding, that's for certain. Well, whenever you guys come back to Vethens Hold, you be sure to find me, and I will have as much of your reward as I can at that time.
okay. I'm just gonna vibe check this dude real fast. Never mind. No vibes for me.
You feel like he's telling you the truth? All right. He takes his exit as you are left with Natalia, Marcus Boris, and Janine.
Can I check all this platinum, by the way? Can I just start biting it, see if it's real?
Just the
Sure.
back on that Natalia thing.
Just seeing
can
a
I
giant mushroom woman gnawing on metal.
can I get an insight check as to like what her hesitation was like specifically about?
What was?
or hesitation when they were talking about like getting the dwarves into the fold?
Sure. Make an insight check. All right. So you're able to determine when you looked at Natalia, you saw a lot in her. You saw doubt. You saw that she was just thinking really hard. Unfortunately, insight is not necessarily mind reading, but you just knew that you saw doubt in her, but she was also thinking it through very carefully.
Okay, so like if I'm understanding correctly, it seemed like it was more of like a doubt in the plan versus like a doubt in someone's motives or something like that.
Yeah, you saw. I would say just general doubt. You're not
Okay.
certain as to what specific it was.
Okay.
All right. Well, you are all together as Natalia looks at you all and just says, "Are we ready to go then?"
Yeah, I have a feeling
Yeah.
that we're gonna have to kill that guy.
So there's 6 of us, and then 4 of them, and we can take 11, right?
Yes, 11 people.
Jesse, we don't need to resolve the second part of this right now, but in order for everything to work properly, could I attempt, and this is if the group's okay with this, with one of the 1,000 Alexandrite pieces, could I attempt to transmorgify my ghouls into something more singular and possibly more powerful?
I see what you're doing. So, did I talk to you about this or with the ceremony spell?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. I thought maybe I only messaged Kertz about it. So the ceremony spell I was going to require for this. So that's going to be requiring an hour casting time at your highest level right now, which I think is 5th. And
Curse, yeah.
so what about 4th level for you?
3rd levels. I mean, paladins don't get higher than 5th level at like 20. So.
Okay. So then your current highest is I think 3rd. So yeah, it would be from you. It cannot be from Kertz. He does not have this particular ceremony.
Well, I mean, if it's a homebrew ceremony spell, then yeah, but I don't think I have access to the ceremony spell as a paladin.
You do. I checked.
That's, what level is it?
I think it's like 1st or 2nd.
It's definitely like 1st or 2nd. I want to say 1st.
Okay, hold on. Ceremony. Okay. Well, if I knew that, I would have had it prepared. So I'll just switch something else out for the day and prepare that. Okay, yeah, and I don't know if you have something prepared for this or not. I've also been looking at an undead bestiary to look at some other things too. So if you don't have something specifically prepared, we can just do the ceremony and then resolve what it becomes later.
I like that idea more.
Okay.
All right.
I go into the room by myself and I was like, I think it's best for your peaceful sleep that y'all stay outside the room until this is over.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Same.
Elora, how many bodies?
I had 8, and Jorgoth makes 9, so I have 9 ghouls. If we want to make it an even 10, I can go kill a vagrant.
I will let you know about that. All right. So, depending on how many bodies is gonna depend on how I have a rough idea of what this is. So the more bodies, the better. But
Okay.
Anyway,
I mean, I have more enemy dead. I could go to the fucking wherever they toss the orc bodies from the blood
I also
pit.
have more of a thing. Like you don't have to like redo the whole ceremony. You can like add bodies to it. So don't worry.
Oh, sweet, awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool.
All right.
Like Legos.
Yes.
Building a Connect skull.
God, that would be terrifying.
Those pieces hurt more to step on, in my honest opinion.
Anyway, so you guys continue on, and you guys, I assume, are just going to head outside of Vethens Hold to get ready for the Windwalk spell.
I mean, I'd assume so.
Correct.
All right. So, Sporelina, what does it look like?
Let's see. Oh, I know. So I have everybody get together in a circle. This you don't have to, but I'm forcing you anyway, pretending like you have to. And then in the center of our circle, I start a fire and then throw water on it so steam envelops all of us and we just turn into the gaseous mist form and start flying.
Wait inside the fire.
It takes like a minute to do. Just so you know.
Can we
Alright.
talk while we're in the mist form?
No. The
All
only
right.
actions we could take in this form are dash action or to revert back to our normal form. Reverting takes 1 minute. Also, we'll consciously say beforehand that we have to make sure that it takes 1 minute. So we need at 7 hours and 59 minutes, we need to get close to the ground. Otherwise, you will just turn back into your form 60 feet above ground and just fall and die. So.
Also, none of
I
us
was
have been to
60 feet
Stoneholme,
in
so
that
somebody
fall.
else has to lead us
Hey,
there.
is that a Kertz?
Hey, it's Kertz.
Yeah, I was watching while I was working.
Kertz, tell us,
Irresponsible, I know.
how was your week in 1 sentence or less?
Boring.
Bummer. All right. So, you guys turn into a gaseous wind, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's
And-
wind. Yeah.
You all lead yourselves back through the back road, I assume, and continue your way back to Embla first. As you guys whoosh through the entirety of the underworld, you begin to see a lot of different things in the underworld. Some of you don't have dark vision, is that correct?
Yippers.
All right, so how are you
Like
going to
most of
follow?
us. We smell each other's farts, Jesse. It's magic. Let's just.
All right. So you guys continue on going down through the lake and keep on continuing through until you see what looks to be a gnome caravan that you just passed by, with a surf neblin, I should say, caravan that you just passed by, continuing to Embla. By the time you get to Embla, it's probably midday by now. And you can see the smoke coming from the different caves leading to Embla. And as you pass over Embla in very quick succession, you can see that Embla has been taken over by the Drow. You see what looks to be Doodling Town burning. You see what looks to be the gondolas just covered in bloodstains on the inside. You see what looks to be a small fortress around the Beer Brotherhood where they have just stacked stone upon wall upon rubble upon everything surrounding the Beer Brotherhood as their kind of a last sanctuary. But the rest of Embla, you can see Drow armies in the thousands surrounding and just enveloping all of Embla, leading a very long chained dwarven enclave out of the city and looks to be going in the direction of Holoth. You all, is there anything that you can do? Are you going to stop, or are you just going to continue?
Oh man.
As much as I would like to.
I think we're doing what we can do by continuing our journey.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah.
Moment of silence, but we must move on.
How many? The Brotherhood of the Beer. How many of them does it look like there are left?
There is very much a fortress. You do not know if you'd have to go inside the fortress to figure it out.
Does it look like they broke in the front gate?
Of Embla, the very main front gate, yes.
It looks like they broke it in from there.
There is no front gate anymore.
Oh. Okay.
Destroyed. Yeah, I mean, we can't take
Maybe
out
they
an
just
army by
integrated
ourselves.
it.
With that attitude,
We can try.
we can definitely
Certainly
make it
try.
out.
We can try, we can die, we can know we did our best.
Right. Well, you exit out and begin heading your way to Stoneholme. That would be going this direction. By the end of the day, you eventually make your way to the very beginnings of Stoneholme. And what you see in front of you are the wide dwarven gates surrounded by 6 dwarven figures that seem to be depicting different craftsmen and warriors, wizards, intellectuals, and other leaders of their histories. You see a long line in front of the gates of Stoneholme. The gate is very narrow, and the amount of individuals who, the guards, are trying to organize everything as people are yelling, shouting, asking to be let in. Dwarves, elves, dragonborn, etc., all different races begging to get in as the guards are just trying to organize and figure out what the hell is going on and all that sort of thing. Where do you guys go?
Well, the question is, do we slip in or do we materialize in front of the gates and properly talk our way? Sporelina's at the front, so she's guarding
Do you
us.
think we would? Do you think we would have to talk our way in, or that we could just appear in?
I mean, I'm sure that the council mentioned us, but you never know.
I don't think it'll be an issue for us to get in, but
Yeah.
it would probably be better not to maybe incite a riot by being 6 people who just show up and walk in to a closed
11.
door city. 11, right.
So what would be keeping us out, though?
The
The
guards.
guards.
I mean,
It's
I-
Sporelina's
we can
decision.
talk
She's
our way
leading.
past them. No. Obviously, we're very important and we need to be here.
Yeah, I'll say let's appear in front of the gates. Check in
All right.
correctly.
So you guys get into the very long line. I assume you get behind a boulder or something before you change back so you don't start an alarm. But you change back, come out from behind the boulder, and enter the long line. There's probably a solid 100 people just in front of the gates as they are shouting and yelling as people are trying to figure out what's going on. It looks like this might take an hour or two just to get to the
Okay.
gates and talk.
We're gonna cut at least half the line.
How are you going to cut at
And
least half the line?
so
Well, we
I'm
do have
gonna kind of push
some
my way.
kind of undetermined undead creature with us as well.
I'm gonna
That's
push
true.
my way up to the front, or like not quite at the front, but pretty close to the front. And anyone that gives me any shit, they're going to be getting my intimidation.
So
I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna
try
first
and
need
run up there.
I'm gonna
sneakily.
first need an athletics check from Kaelor, and then your
Alright.
intimidation check. Morrik, I want an acrobatics check if you're trying to like jump over the crowd and like do some hardcore parkour.
No, I mean like by run up there. I mean like I'm gonna try and like sneak and slip through everybody basically and just get to the front.
Kind of hard to do that in such a crowd.
That's fine.
You're not exactly small. You can't really like go underneath a dwarf's legs. So
This is a fair point.
I'm just gonna walk over everyone.
Sporelina, give me an athletics check.
Wait, you said athletics or acrobatics for me?
No, for Morrik, you're doing acrobatics because you're like hardcore parkouring on the stones and stuff. As Sporelina, you're just kind of shoving your way, but you're pretty soft, Sporelina. You're a mushroom, so people are shoving back pretty easily. Kaelor, you're able to just give your mean mug of a face and your disgusting bo, and people just give you a wide berth as you enter. You are the first person to the front of the line.
I'm just gonna watch everybody else struggling to push through this crowd, and I'm just gonna like help Cinnamoira up onto the back of this gargantuan undead creature, and I'm gonna walk in front of it,
Thank you.
and I'm gonna take my head off my shoulders and hold it out in front of me, and just my head's just
Okay,
gonna
that
start
kinda
screaming,
ripped.
"Everybody, get the fuck out of my way!"
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As you see the group of individuals just shut up and, like Moses and the Red Sea, part.
Sick.
You see Kaelor way up in the front. Kaelor, you're the first person. What do you say? Kaelor.
Wait, am I not
Bueller.
coming through?
There you
Hello?
go.
Yeah, you're at the
Hey.
front.
Oh, okay. Yes. Hello, sirs.
As he looks back, sees Elora and this giant golem, and looks back at you. Yeah, what can I help you with?
Entry into the city.
All right, name.
Lore of
And
oh god, I don't know what my whole honorifics are. Did we
It's
ever
been a
decide on a
while.
last name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I have it written down.
it's like Talbar or something. It starts with a T.
you guys are the best siblings ever.
It's been a while. I haven't used formalities in years.
Kaelor of the Talbar, born under the black sun.
All right, all right. And who is your dwarven escort and chaperone?
Oh, that's going to be. And I look around.
The
We
entire
are-
city of Embla.
Yeah.
I'm looking around for a dwarf.
There are quite a few dwarves around you.
I grab the nearest seemingly not too hostile dwarf and start at that was in. I'm assuming there's dwarves that are in line.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, we are. I am definitely playing like we are totally buddies, and then I try to slip him some coin behind his back. The
What?
not the guard, the dwarf.
What is this? I'm sorry, I don't really know you. Oh God, you smell.
No,
How much money are you giving?
Oh,
I
we're
like
gonna.
him.
We are going to be giving him a whole, let's say 50 gold. How's 50 gold? 50 gold's prop.
Fuck. Jesus, fuck.
He drops $1,000 in your hand, like
Yeah, I really want to guarantee
Like,
this guy's
is
just
this
gonna shut up
drug
and go
money?
along. I'm gonna like drop it in his. I'm gonna like basically just pop a sack on like and push it in the small of his back and then be like, oh, and I'm gonna just try to play this off as I guess I don't know if this would be. I guess persuasion be like, oh, you're such a jokester, old. Oh God, what's a dwarven name? Oh, Gimli's. Oh, yeah, that's what we've called you. He's always such a jokester. Yeah, you remember me, right, Gimli?
Don't be so racist. Such a stereotypical name.
Oh no, it's a nickname. It's not his real name.
All right. Well, so this is your chaperone. And what is your relation to Kaelor? He's my best friend of a long time. We spent a lot of time at the war. The war front and everything like that. He was a good friend. Never takes a bath though. You can really tell it with him. Yeah, will you let me and my family in as well?
Am I crazy, or did the council give us like a writ or something for when we came here?
You definitely got a writ, but this is way better.
I was just gonna say, I'm pretty sure we got something, but this is a million times better.
This is better.
This is way
yeah.
better.
All right, Mr. Kaelor. Go ahead and enter, and Mr. Gimli, Mrs. Gimli. God, I swear that name is like Smith. All right, who's next?
We could just show the writ for our group.
Oh, you're from Embla.
Yeah.
Any word from there? We haven't heard anything.
It's not good, babe.
fucked.
It's not good.
Nothing you want to hear. Let's just put it that way.
Damn it. All right, go ahead and enter, and find Mia or Miras Firebrand as soon as possible. They will be your chaperones. If you're found outside when it is time to go to bed, you will not necessarily be arrested, but you will definitely be questioned, so just be prepared for that. Always have a dwarven chaperone.
Got it.
So, you all enter the city of Stoneholme. This great grand city that is completely and utterly remote from the rest of the underworld. Doesn't seem to have an exit, and from what you can tell, is a beautifully fortified city. Let's exit those guys. You all enter through here and leave, and you are now what looks to be a market square. You hear people, instead of being this big, the market square is much, much larger. Tents going as far wide as this entire platform can be. There are definitely stalls for buying goods and such, but you can see further on, these tents are not stalls. They are tent cities. Refugees. People that have come to Stoneholme for refuge. Where would you like to go?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel like it'd be nice to get, good old Papa out of the way.
Well, we need get our
Yeah, we need our dwarf.
escort.
That's fair, Mike.
Would you be able to send a message to Mia or Miris and let them know we're here and where to find us?
Yeah, I can do that. Just let me loosen up a little bit and... Okay. And then I'm going to cast message to Mia, and I'm going to say...
Sending.
What did you say?
Sending. Message is the 60-foot one, right?
No, it's 120.
Or, yeah, it's 120, but you're going to need sending, correct? Don't you have that?
Or yeah, sending. I'm sorry. I don't know
There
why
you
I said
go.
message. My bad.
Same shit.
Kind of. Okay. Mia, it's your good pals from above ground. We're in We're in Stoneholme. Where are you? We're at the gate. We're in Tent City. Come find us.
You hear back in a moment. You hear, we are at the Golden Scone Bakery. Go down Hammer Avenue and then take a left on Gold Street. You'll find us at the corner right there. But if you go to Platinum Street, you've gone too far.
You just see wild hand gestures to kind of like if you ever see someone trying to give directions without a map, and it's just like, you have to go this far, but then if you take a left at this. So Cinna's doing that, and she relays all the information after kind of making the dumb hand gestures. Okay, he's here. You said the Golden Scone?
Yeah, Golden Scone Bakery.
Okay, I thought I heard Golden Stone at first, and I'm like, but that doesn't make sense. I think he said scone. Okay, so we have to go... If we've hit Platinum, we've gone too far. We go down, and we take a left, but not at Platinum.
All right.
Make our way.
So you guys begin to continuing forward down Hammer Avenue. You pass Copper, Silver, and now Gold Street. Begin your left, and you can see that the people of Stoneholme seem to be doing very well for themselves. Very well indeed. All these houses seem to be very beautiful, and the individuals who are currently either singing or talking amongst themselves, you can hear through the windows. They're having a wonderful time. They are explaining to their significant others about the great influx of wealth all of a sudden. They are just enjoying their pleasures as well. You see a lot of them drinking, enjoying meats and other foods, enjoying new clothing, new kinds of materials that they've been working with. Just all around, everything is new after you get out of the tent city. And you continue going forward to the corner of Gold Street, and here you find the first thing you do is actually smell. The aroma of baking bread permeates the end of Gold Street, flowing from a small, plain stone building that resembles an earthen oven. A large window displays the loaves, scones, and cakes and other delicacies on sale. assume you enter.
Senna's gonna cry a little bit from the smells, but yes.
And turn to the golem. Stay.
Can we tie him up out front with like the horses?
Yeah. Do not eat the horses. I repeat, do not eat. Feed you later.
As you guys enter, you
Well-
see. Yep, go ahead. What are you saying?
It doesn't matter, Craig. Before we break off, can I do a? Okay. So, Mr. What's your actual name? Mr. Dwarf.
Gimli.
The guy called Gimli.
Oh yeah, he's just been like, now, listen here. You paid me good. This shall get me definitely better than a tent in Stoneholme. But yeah, how about a little bit more, and I'll continue following you around.
How about this? I don't need any. I don't need an escort at the moment because I got a connection, but I wanted to avoid being officially labeled as a particular group and kind of flying under the radar. So, tell you what, consider that a down payment. Keep it a secret, and let me know where you're gonna be heading for the night, and I'll get in touch with you in case I need a more discreet escort later.
All right. Well, I'll actually be heading over to the, let's see, the Platinum Pick. There's a inn in the back of that tavern. It's a pretty nice place. Although, and again, maybe I should go something a little bit more modest. I'll be heading over to the tallest tanker deck, actually. Should be able to make my gold last a lot longer there. Who knows how long we'll be in Stoneholme.
All right. Blessings be with you, and curse those damn Drow. Have
Curse
a good
the
one,
Drow.
friend.
All right.
You know, one of these days, someone's gonna whoop your butt for saying stuff like that.
I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
All right. Well,
All right.
you guys head in to the Golden Scone Bakery, and you see a very plump woman and man behind the counter. There are several other dwarves in here and individuals that are paying what you see an astronomical amount for these baked goods. I'm talking like a gold piece or two for a loaf of bread. To you, that is ridiculous. And they all seem to be happy.
What's the price of inflation here again?
Just a moment. We'll get to you in just a moment. And she hands a few scones to one of the other individuals. All right. What can I do you for?
Well, we were here for Mia.
Come again?
Mia! I just yell.
Mia Aventla.
The male dwarf just goes, follow me into the back. And he opens up the kitchen door to the back as the wife just kind of gives a side eye and continues helping the next customer. You go into the back of the kitchen, and once there, the male dwarf looks at you and just says, all right, how do you know Mia? And you see him, he has his hand on a counter, and right where his hand is, probably like an inch or two away, is a very large and scary knife.
I pull out my very large, scary poking stick.
What is happening?
We put
Friends of Mia's,
boys.
are you?
Yes, we've known Mia. We went to Embla to help him, and now we're trying to find him again. Can you help us? As I stare daggers at my brother for pulling out a pointy stick.
It's just a pointy stick.
It's
You
a
just
threat.
go tell him that the mushroom lady's here, and he'll know.
Now hold on. Tell me, what is the make, color, and gems that are on Mia and his wife's wedding ring?
We know one of them at least.
Oh God!
we know
At least
she
one of
is
them's a
diamond.
diamond. We tried to use
Listen,
it. Oh God!
That's kind of a sore subject right now.
Ah, so you are that group. All right, he told me you
Yeah.
would know.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
I'm like about to summon Mage Hand to move his fucking knife out of the way. Like, you got no power here.
All right, yeah, you're definitely that group. All right, you follow me. And he heads behind what looks to be a refrigerator. He opens the door to the said refrigerator, and instead of a refrigerator, there is a staircase.
It's
Come
a
on.
speakeasy.
Well, you can never be too careful. We heard that the Drow may have infiltrated Embla, and so we just wanted to make sure that the rest of the individuals that were leadership there were here safely. Up you go. Come on, I got customers. As he shuffles you in, you all head up
Can I
to the
steal
stairs.
Stone? Stone.
He chucks one at you. Make a acrobatics check to see if you can catch it.
You got this.
A DC 10.
Nope.
it goes
Wait,
right
guidance.
in your face
Guidance.
and then into your boot pocket.
I'll take guidance.
Guidance.
Hell yeah.
It's a pretty fast thing to happen.
Come on.
It goes right into your boot pocket.
Boot pocket. Hey, works. I caught it.
Yep, you caught it. And as you guys head up to this through the stairs, you can actually see that this place is it's not nice, but it's functional. You see different beds all around with little drapes, and as you walk up the stairs, you see a group of dwarves, specifically a few that have arms at the ready, and they look at you, begin to swing, and Mia goes, "Oh, all right, no, they're friends. It's okay." And the guards kind of back away for a moment. It's a small
Mia, what
room.
the hell?
Listen,
One to
I'm
fucking
sorry.
scrap. What the hell?
Yeah, never can be too safe. I'm sorry, but and you look around and you can see all the different leadership of Embla is here in this room right now. You can never be too careful.
Wait,
So-
if it isn't all the people that we raised from the dead after we saved their city for a minute.
Well, everyone except for our last mayor.
Yeah, we know.
Hey, listen, I tried.
We know we are still grateful, but why are you here? You went the opposite direction. How'd you get here so fast?
A little bit of magic, and I pat
it's
Sporelina in the back.
Also, Natalia, Marcus, Janine, and Boris, they're waiting outside. They didn't come up with you.
Okay.
So you know. They stuck with the golem.
Well, we've got some news. We flew over Embla on our way here. It's pretty much sacked.
Damn it. Damn it
The
all!
Brotherhood seems to be holding in their fortress, but we don't know what their status is or how much longer they can hold out.
Well,
Did see
that's at
a
least good
good
to hear.
amount of people being dragged off to Holoth.
Fuck. All right, well, we're trying to organize as best as we can, but right now we're more or less dealing with refugees. Not enough food to go around, and frankly, the prices of everything has gone up quite considerably, especially when
Inflation. Sorry.
not just that, but all the dwarves from Embla and Doodlig and other individuals, they decided to come to Stoneholme and brought all their wares, making everything much more expensive because now there's such an influx of expensive materials and gold and all that. And so we're dealing with that. But what else did you learn? You headed off to Vethens Hold, if I remember. Is there anything there?
Depending on negotiations, we might have some extra help in whatever fight be leading on here.
What does that mean?
We kind of killed one of the council members and made friends with the leader. It's very convoluted, but they offered perhaps for us to be able to gather mercenaries in order to either for Storm and Hoth or trying to retake Embla.
They offered this to you?
It's a Sporelina, more or less. They kind of owe us in the realm of, what was it, 50,000 platinum? Is that right?
5,000 platinum.
It's a lot.
Well,
Oh,
it's
damn it! I forgot to
50,000.
get my
That is
600
50,000.
platinum.
Hmm.
Needless to say, they owe us.
Well, that's good to know. Even though their friendship might be not exactly what I would consider to be a trustful relationship, but hey, support is support. We've just been, again, dealing with the influx of refugees here and trying to mount a counterattack. But yeah, I'm sorry you didn't answer. Why are you here again? You made a peace talk with Vethens Hold. What else?
I sort of elbow Cinna in her elbow.
Well, we might have some recruits by means of my dad.
And what does he offer?
A battalion, but on the circumstance that he sees his kids, which is just great.
And where is this battalion located?
Somewhere here. I don't know exactly. I would need to call him again.
All right. Well, I would definitely see to it as quickly as possible. We would like to launch as soon as you infiltrate Haloth and destabilize a little bit, and then attack as soon as that occurs.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do for the Brotherhood of Beer? Is there a way we can get them out of there to join the fight, or is it better to have them there, keeping some of the Drow distracted within Emblem?
You see some of the leadership look at each other for a moment as one of them looks up at you all and just says, "Well, I don't really know. It seems like a worthy cause, of course, don't get me wrong, but right now you're pretty valuable as infiltrators, and if anything goes wrong in Embla, trying to rescue maybe a few hundred dwarves, not really sure how much of a difference they would make. They are very skilled in the art of monk bards, or not monk bards, beer monks. Yeah, but I don't know how much of a difference they can make, but it's definitely something to consider. It's up to you, really.
We do have a line on another possible possible source of aid. We were told of an object that is very close to the favor of a deity that would be a bit of a sidetrack on our way to Holoth, but may, in the long run, aid us further. We've still been discussing that option.
Sounds like hogwash, as you hear one of the individuals, Blackroot specifically, and Tor Hanzus looks over and goes, "That doesn't sound like hogwash, but could be something that, well, tell me more about this gem."
Info barf. Blah, 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 blah.
I feel like I've heard rumor of such a thing, but Jormungard, not much that I know about it. It seems to be a place that people go and then, I don't know, become radicalized and then go on pilgrimages and then try to bring people back to Jormungard. So if such a gem does exist, just be on your guard, as they'll try to radicalize you, I'm sure.
Oh, they have already.
I'm already there, sweetheart.
Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it. Not with them. Different group. It's a different group.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, we have a lot of options to look at. It's really up to your group. You guys have shown your value already, and whatever you decide, we will support.
Given the data that we got from the lady, how far from the turn off to go south to Holoth is the entrance to Jormungard? It was pretty close to Vethens Hold, right?
It is very close to the Vethens Hold. It's probably only 5 or 6 days away from Vethens Hold, but where you turned off, it's only like a 2-day travel. So if you
we
just
could
go
still
up to a
get there in a
point,
day with Windwalk. So it'd be the same if we went there versus.
yes and no. Windwalk, I would say you'd be traveling really fast, and because you haven't been there before, I would definitely do some rolls for you. So it's iffy. It's iffy.
Okay. Well, yeah. Either way, we'll. Is there a point person that we should let know that we've made it to Holoth and coordinate our actions with? Obviously, we would normally go through Mia, but is there someone else that will be more in the know of the tactician area?
As the old dwarf stands up, and you see him, and you recognize him as the successor of the Greybeard clan, Sigurd Thornsson, and he just says, "I'll be leading the attack. I figure it should be the last thing that I do if I'm going to go out with a bang. This is the way that I'll do it, leading the charge. So you inform me, and hopefully I'll go meet my companion in a relatively short amount of time. I do miss Galarin, but it is what it is."
Oh, sorry. Can you write down the name so that our senders can have that information?
Sigurd Thornsson. So
He's the
Sigurd.
one that I put piss in his beer and pissed off everybody. So
Nice job.
You say I am
yeah.
rhetorical.
By the way,
All
I
right.
still have a revive in my ring.
All right. Well, you discuss amongst yourselves, figure it out, and let us know.
All right. I think we have. I think I have to meet your parents.
Just your old dad.
Oh my god. Is your dad like just not cool? Should we pretend to like be calm? Like, should we just not talk? Is that what I'm getting at?
Honestly, I don't even remember anymore. I've had a lot of brain damage over the years.
If you want a
Oh,
specific
we know that.
answer, you should pretend to be competent but less competent to us. If you act like you're better than us, then he'll think we're inferior, and that will upset him. If he thinks you're too inferior, he thinks you will be unworthy companions of us, and therefore a disappointment to him, which will piss him off.
Oh.
Well, we just
maybe I'll
don't
be
show.
quiet then.
All right. So what you guys doing?
Shining up my armor to get ready to meet my future in-law.
All right. Cinnamoira, what are you doing?
That reminds me, definitely
I
don't
am
mention the
on
in-law
mute.
part.
I was on mute that whole time. All right. I'm going to send another sending to my father saying that we are in Stormholme and need to know where he is.
After a moment's delay, you hear the pages. I'm currently in. Nope, that's wrong accent. I'm currently in the Stone Palace. Find me whenever you can.
He's in the Stone Palace, wherever that is.
Mia perks up. Yeah, that's the. Why is he in the stone? Well, I guess it makes sense if he brought up battalion. King Bjorn Deep Thunder. He is the king of Stoneholme, and he holds court in the palace. So I assume he is a welcome guest there if he is royalty or some sort of a high aristocrat.
How long is it gonna take to get there?
It's right around the corner. 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Well, considering you don't want to go outside, I'm going to do this once and only once. Is it alright if I change myself to look like you?
Me?
No. I'm looking at Mia.
Oh.
You're way
was
too
gonna
tall to
say.
pass for Mia.
That is
Yeah.
quite true.
It doesn't change your size.
Like by only
Remember.
by a foot, I think.
As a Furbolg, it can.
Mia's
all-
like
it-
3.5 to 4 feet.
Yeah, I think it allows
Walk
you
on
to
your
do
hands and
multiple
knees.
Good.
Well, unless you can point us to Mira's Firebrand, she's our other point of contact for a guide.
Oh, please no. Okay.
Please,
Wow.
yes. I
You
like
have to
that
suffer the
idea.
consequences of your own actions.
As far as I know, she's taken over the operations at the Kortzfell Glassworks. It was an abandoned place for quite some time, but a group of adventurers were able to figure out whatever was happening. There was some weird disturbances in Stoneholme recently. But anyway, she took over that machinery and glassworks, and she's working on making some very, very tough new weapons.
Oh no.
Well, is it more important for Mia to stay here, or would it be more important to keep her working on those weapons for the army?
Miris, she should probably continue working on the weapons. You should be fine. Go to the palace.
We were told not to go outside without you, so
We're important
Is there-
people. We'll
can
just
you
tell them
write
to
us
fuck
a
off.
note? Could
That's
you just,
fair.
write us a note,
fuck it.
like a
Eh.
multi-pass.
You still have a few hours before the curfew begins, so as long as you're back and before that time, shouldn't be much of an issue. But
Okay.
just mention my name, and hopefully it will be all sorted out.
All right, to the fort, to the palace then.
Okay. You exit out. You see Endem, Natalia, Boris, Janine, and Marcus hanging out with the golem just outside. Excuse me, just outside, and Endem just goes, and where would you like me to go? Stay here or?
Go back with your family, love.
Enjoy your time.
But I'm kind of waiting on my gem and don't know where you want me
Oh
to go.
shit! I thought this was the dwarf. Oh, yeah, you can stick with us if you want, or do you have the ability to use the sending spell?
I do, yes.
All right. Find us a place to stay for the night, and let us know where that is, and we'll meet you there.
All right, I'll do my best. I think I've been to Stoneholme once. Marcus, would you care to chaperone me? As you look at Marcus, who is a dwarf, and he gives a thumbs up and a few sign language, like looking back at Kertz and says, "Is this a male or a female?" Question mark.
Kurt shrugs and signs back. Doesn't really matter. Try your best.
Somewhere in the middle.
That's for
And
you to find out later.
Marcus and the others leave with Endem as they search around. You all head over to the Stone Palace. And what you see before you looks to be a Spartan 3-story pentagonal building. The palace sits in the center of the city, surrounded by 5 guard towers, which connect to each point of the structure. The granite walls have a strange blue hue and seem utterly devoid of cracks or imperfections. Just in front of the main door, right here, there are 4 guards standing at attention. As you approach, what do you say?
I say that I'm here to meet. Can't remember my own dad's name.
Goes through notes frantically.
No, seriously.
My daddy?
My father. Can I just pretend insert name here because I would have to dig through emails?
He's like, well, no,
What's your-
because I don't remember his name.
Did you guys figure out what your last name is?
It's something. I'm pretty sure it starts with a T.
Lord T, Mr. T.
Mr. T.
My dad's Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Oh my god, dude. I'm having a great visual right now.
Yes, we're here to see
I'll
Daddy,
pray to the
Mr.
fool.
T.
Okay, give me a second. I can find it. Hold on.
I was gonna say, just give me a moment. My internet's slow, but it's. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna write this down.
Your father is Lord Aubrun of House Torbane, and your mother's name is Lady Vianola. And I'm just gonna copy that and paste it.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right, nobody
God
tell him we
for
forgot his name.
Organized notes.
Oh, I'm totally telling Dad I forgot his name.
So you approach and say, "What do you say, Senna?"
We're here to see Lord Aubrun of House Torvane and his wife, Lady Vianola.
I'm sorry, but Lady Vianola is not present currently, and
Okay.
the Lord Aubrun is currently meeting with the king. You'll have to wait for his council to be over.
Well, you might want to let him know that his children are here to see him.
He'll definitely want us in that council. I have important information. I actually have important information.
One moment, please, as he enters in, leaving you with the other 3 guards.
Just give me a moment.
After
Technically, we do have important information because I was not married last time I saw Dad.
Oh God, you're right.
Yep.
Go.
You're in trouble, buddy.
You're in so
Kertz,
much trouble.
Are you the oldest?
No, I'm the middle child.
No.
I was gonna
thought
say, I'm
Taylor
pretty
was.
sure it's Kaelor, me, then Kertz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember it being.
Yeah, Chris
Okay.
is the baby.
It's as if
So
he was the
he was probably always
firstborn son
destined to
who
be
got
the front
married
up, to be honest.
to a non-lorded person. That would have been real bad, but it's still pretty bad if you're higher up on the social scale.
Hey, she was a pirate queen. That's got to count for some form of royalty.
It doesn't.
I mean,
That's for monetary
hey,
reasons.
You're cute, but no.
you're still more marriable than me.
If he
After a
comes
moment-
back and he wants to talk about it, I'll help you talk about the great pirate, things that she did.
I mean, technically, she's here with us, so we could probably figure that. Oh, wait, did she?
Yeah,
not come
she
with-
can
She came
talk
with
to
us,
him herself.
Yeah, but she's with Endem right now.
right?
Yeah, no, see, she's not a pirate. She's a queen of a tribal sea nation.
I like that.
There you go. You gotta twist it. You gotta
Illustrious
Resume boosters
trade
right now.
entrepreneur queen.
twist it.
After a while, the dwarf comes back in, the guard, and just says, unfortunately, he will only see his daughter at this moment.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my God! Everyone's sighing relief. Good luck,
You're-
Senna.
Are you ready,
Thanks.
lady of House Torbane?
I guess.
Follow me as he enters, and you follow him. You
And I turn
enter to
around really
find-
fast. I turn around really fast and I'm just like scream mouthing, "Help me!"
I just
so-
grab her face and give her a kiss.
So tell me, my fine sir, does he still do that squinting thing whenever he's yelling? You know what I'm talking about, right? You've seen him dress down someone.
The dwarf just continues to stand guard and does not
Hey.
say anything.
As he's like closing the door, I'll be like, Cinna, don't forget your pet. I'll have
Pet
my
bat.
my pseudo dragon go over onto her shoulder.
Also, don't forget your pet bat. I'm gonna elbow
He can only do that once per day.
Taylor.
That's right.
And so, Cinna, you enter the stone palace, and as you enter, the door closes behind you with a nice loud echo, and you see in front of you beautiful white marble columns, not a blemish to be seen in any of them, perfectly carved in a beautiful ancient sort of a depiction of the mythology of the dwarves. You see beautiful depictions of the warriors and of Stoneholme themselves. As you enter, you are taken into a small, kind of an off room from the throne room. You did not see anyone in the throne chair when you entered at first, and as you are taken into the small room to the side, you see in there is but one person. Could you describe what your father looks like sitting down at a table?
So he has standard family features of kind of darker hair, fair but more olive tone skin, just dark dead eyes, and he wears very fine robes. Well, I guess not robes, but just very like a very nice tunic top and pants with heavy embroidery. There's jewels on his hands, and he wears a very obnoxious necklace that obviously shows off his wealth. And he's just stern, cold, and doesn't seem like very a loving father.
As he crosses his fingers onto the table. Cinna, so good to see you again. And he stands up slowly and comes over to you, and he tries to embrace you. What do you do?
I awkwardly embrace him back and just kind of go with the flow because at this point I'm just too nervous to try anything.
He lets go of you, but then picks up your hand and ushers you to the table. Come, let's talk. Apparently you've been quite busy for a while.
I have, and so have your sons. Which
He
I'm not sure
sits-
why they haven't been invited in with.
He sits you down and looks at you, not in a necessarily stern way, but more of a trying to understand what is going on way. And he says, so let me get this straight. You are organizing something against an entire nation of dark elves because they have business with the dwarves here that you are friends with, and you are trying to help these dwarves. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And what got you involved with this whole event in the first place?
Well, when you're traveling and getting attacked by Drow every couple of days, it starts to get annoying and you start to get invested. You literally dig deeper and deeper into the situation and you find yourself here, and she kind of gestures to everything.
This is why I didn't want you to leave as soon as you did. Why did you leave our house?
You've sent me away. You sent me to school so I would be out of your hair. So I wouldn't be a bother to you.
And you were supposed to come back, reformed.
Well, like, reform something. But sorry. Need to get back into character. I figured it would have been easier if I didn't. Easier for everyone.
Well, it appears that I sent you to the wrong school. But don't worry. I will make sure that doesn't happen again. I have looked into many different places that will able to discipline you appropriately and make you into a proper young lady that will represent the house whenever your father is gone. You know I'm not always going to be here, right? Trying to do what's best for you. I can't always support you.
Wait, you want me to leave the house?
I want you to represent us through marriage and whatever have you. I want you to be our house's shining star, put up on a pedestal that everyone can adore.
Are we talking about the same person? Because, I mean, look at me. Do I really look like something you'd want to put up on a pedestal?
Well, to be honest, not right now, but in time, once you go to the proper school and get the proper schooling, we can absolutely get you to where we want you to be.
I just think that would be a big waste of your time. I feel like you're better off investing in your sons. I mean, after all, they are going to be carrying the family name.
I do have plans for them, don't worry, and I'll be speaking with them shortly. But for now, and he looks off to the side, like over your shoulder, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Oh. Right? You feel something seize up your muscles, something that just holds you in place, but you're able to shrug it off after a moment, and your father stands up. Cinna, do not resist. We are bringing you back home right now.
We're
The
being
pseudo
told
dragon,
this.
like
It's right. We're busted in.
the pseudo dragon, like hisses at him immediately.
All right, the pseudo dragon comes out immediately. You see around Cinna are a few other individuals that look to be representing House of Torbane, and your father just yells at you and says, "Cinna, enough! You are coming home with us, and I will deal with your brothers in a moment."
I snap,
Oh, we're busting
and the
in,
pseudo
correct?
dragon disappears in front of him,
Okay.
And we are rushing that
and I
gate.
say, "Go!"
Yeah.
There are guard dwarves, royal
Who fucking
guards
cares?
standing in front. Four of them.
Memento mori on those mother.
All right, we are going to roll initiative here, and go ahead and drop a token
We need
somewhere, and
tokens.
then
Yeah.
we will. Yeah, just drop your tokens in the corner or something, and then I will.
Call me Oedipus because I'm gonna kill my dad.
Hey! Welcome, Elora. Thank you for joining this game. I'm sure we'll get to you at some point.
No.
It'd be funny if it
Yeah.
wasn't so sad.
Can you populate my premature ejaculation roll over there?
In a moment, yes. You know, I think you can do it. Hold on, let me
You just
see.
roll again.
Where's your token?
Drop your token,
Roll
roll
it
again, and then
again.
change.
Just roll again.
Yeah, roll again and then
Oh.
change it.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
got a 22, but I forgot to click. Damn
Well,
it.
do exactly what we just said.
Click, roll
And you
again,
can just
change it to
modify
22.
it.
Sometimes if Jesse's modifying things at the same time, you might have to do it a couple times for it to stick.
So that is what a. Ooh. All right. So that's gonna be 18 plus 1, so 19. Beauteous. Y'all in? Great. All right, Cinna, you get the drop. Well, actually, you didn't because you were trying to be held, and I'm gonna need you
Right,
to make
right.
another Wisdom saving throw first because there were 2 of the House of Torbane individuals trying to hold person you. Make a Wisdom save, Cinna. You have been paralyzed, and your father comes over to you and just says, "Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of your brothers now, and they, well, don't really have much hope left in Kaelor. But don't worry, we will just, I don't know, have to keep him somewhere safe. And then Kertz will just have to live up to the family name."
Kill this kid.
All right, well, Cinna, it is your turn. You make another wisdom save because it's the start of your turn or end of your turn.
Oh,
And if you
jeez.
make it, you will become unparalyzed. You are not unparalyzed. Kertz, it is your turn. You see these 4 individual paladin guards standing in front of this stone palace, holding on to, what are they holding on to? A very nice warhammer that is shaped like a ball at the end with spikes. And the ball itself is made out of this blue type of a resin that starts to glow as soon as they take action. What are you doing?
You said 4, right?
4.
I need 2 of them to make a wisdom save.
This is going to be a +7.
Oof.
That
That is a no.
Ooh, man. Wish I had known that before. That's my turn.
Was that hold person?
No,
was
it
banishment.
was Hold
Okay.
Monster.
Oh,
That was Hold
shit.
Monster.
All right, and these individuals, they are going to aim at who looks the scariest. Definitely Elora. Elora first. I'm gonna need a. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a charisma save, but let me just check. Creature charisma save. Yes, Elora charisma save. You saved. You are not banished. They're gonna look next at probably Kaelor because he's the next ugly-looking character. Charisma save.
Hey, that's me. +5.
I know.
I'm good at it.
Beautiful. And next, they're gonna look at another individual. They're gonna go after Sporelina. Sporelina, he is going to take out his greatsword and attack. How many times? 3 attacks. And he's gonna do
Ooh,
it
nice.
with a +12 each. 1, 2, 3.
Jesus.
+12, so that's 20. I assume all those hit.
They
And
all
it's gonna
hit.
be 2d6 + 5.
I'm gonna intercept one
As-
of those.
All right, so you'll take the first one.
I said I'll intercept one.
And-
I'll do the second one. Thank you very much.
Can you choose?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, Sporelina, you take 6 + 5, which is 11 points, and he is going to drop 2 different smites. Nope, 1 smite as a bonus action. This is radiant damage into Sporelina. 12 points of damage into Sporelina.
Slight retcon. After he tried that, Kertz was said, "Run for the door. Go get Cinna. I'll hold off 4 paladins,
Okay.
or die trying."
All right, and that will be that. And it's going to be the dad's turn, and he is going to cast. Nope, he doesn't. Nope, he's going to cast. Kaelor, it's your turn.
All right, 1 second. Okay. Well, this seems to be the best bang for the buck, but also maybe not the wisest decision, seeing as they're 4 paladins. But we're gonna go for a level 5 hold person on all 4 of them.
All right, hold person, wisdom saves. These are going to be +7.
Goddamn
1, 2,
wisdom.
3, 4. Oof! Oof! 2 fail, 2 pass.
Okay. So, am I within reach of any of them currently?
Sure, you're probably within 5 or 10 feet.
Okay.